It's 12 o'clock on this rainy Thursday, and we do begin our show today with some breaking news as we now today are learning some more about that police officer in Terre Haute who was shot and killed yesterday in the line of duty. Just within the last couple of hours, the FBI gave a briefing providing more details about what they're calling an ambush shooting at the federal building in Terre Haute. It killed Detective Greg Ferenczi. Now, Ferenczi, we're told, was the father of 2 adult children. Officers right now are profusely thanking the public for their outpouring of support in the last 24 hours. Our Rich Nye was at that briefing in Vigo County this morning, and he joins us now with the very latest. Rich.
Anne-Marie, we're at Terre Haute Regional Hospital. This is where the suspect drove himself after he was shot by another FBI agent. The suspect underwent surgery and he's now recovering and under close watch, as you can imagine, by the FBI. His name will be released, we expect, later today, when federal charges are also expected to be filed again sometime today. The FBI says that Detective Greg Ferenczi was ambushed and shot and killed outside his federal office about 2:15 on Wednesday afternoon. The FBI is not saying whether the suspect knew Detective Ferenczi from an investigation or if Detective Ferenczi was specifically targeted here. Another FBI agent inside the federal office heard the shots, ran outside, and fired at the suspect, hitting him. The suspect was able to get away and again drove here to the hospital. Detective Ferenczi spent 30 years with the Terre Haute Police Department, the last 10 also as a task force officer with the FBI.
I've known Greg for over 24 years, around 24 years. He was actually my neighbor right before I came on the police department. You'll not meet a finer person. You don't spend 30 years in this profession without being dedicated, and he was absolutely dedicated.
Handling this investigation because the shooting happened outside their office and obviously involved 2 of their agents. And that means the charges will come from the U.S. District Attorney's Office in Indianapolis. And again, we expect those charges sometime today. We don't have a condition or injuries on the suspect, again, who is here at Terre Haute Regional Hospital on close FBI watch. But Anne-Marie, we will have the very latest for you throughout the day. Follow WTHR.com, and we'll see you tonight at 5 on 13 News.
All right, certainly a difficult time for that community. Thank you for that live report today, Rich. And, you know, they got to action right away last night with this, an emotional tribute to the officer, Officer Ferenczi. That's when officers from all across the state gathered in Vigo County to hold this procession. They escorted the officer past the police headquarters in Terre Haute, transporting him to another hospital. Officer Ferenczi, as Rich mentioned, was a 30-year veteran of the Terre Haute Police Department. He was assigned to that FBI task force on behalf of that police department and had worked with that task force since 2010. Certainly our condolences to his family today.